name's Can Tell Jokes.
Can tell.
Ah.
A text messenger wants to point out, too, the Tin Room is a great theater where you're playing tonight. Nice seats, wonderful food and drinks. Go early and have dinner.
Go to the Tin Room
Yeah.
In Burien.
in Burien.
Yeah. I that's great. That's great. Like 2 weeks ago, I was performing in a living room, so this is gonna be
The
good.
big
Tin Room
upgrade,
is
yeah.
an upgrade.
Have
I'll
you been
take
to the
whatever.
Tin Room before?
No, I don't know. I've heard it's good, but I don't. I just show up where people tell me to.
Yeah, it's good.
I was doing a show in a living room. Someone saw me at a show. They thought I was funny. So she hired me to perform at her son's graduation party in a living room.
It was quite a party. I saw that picture.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I laughed out loud.
Yeah. Oh, only took me 28 years. Finally got invited to a party with high schoolers. It was a fantastic time.
Living room concerts are sweeping the country. Is there a living room
That is a new
comedian?
thing,
That
yeah.
might be a niche for it.
I am available for children's parties.
How about adults?
Yeah, mostly adults.
Cool.
How you doing?
I'm good.
You're
know.
looking good. You
Well,
know what your mother said about you the other day?
Can you
insulin-
repeat it on air?
No, she said Andrew's starting to look more, I don't know, square jaw, adult, like a little less awkward years. Your awkward years like mine. I'm still trying to get out of my awkward years.
I've been. I've been focusing a lot on being healthier. I know that,
that
it's
it?
well. It sounds ridiculous because I'm skinny, but this isn't healthy. This is just poor. Like I can't afford the food to get fat. You know what I mean?
You're on the deep recession healthcare
Yeah,
plan.
that's a great.
So you're
diet.
skinny not by choice.
Well, I'm sure. I mean, I've had like. Here's the thing. I got off of a tour in like April, and I was working with this guy who's vegan and he does all this stuff, and I downloaded that fitness app thing, and I started. Well, let's just see what
How many calories you're
Yeah,
eating?
and so I gave up soda and I gave up ice cream and stuff like that for like 2 months, and I lost like 5 pounds, which is like crazy. You wouldn't expect there to be much to lose, But so now I've been focusing on running every day, and
Wait a minute. Andrew is running?
yeah,
You know what, Luciana? How come I didn't get a bio on this guy? I don't know anything about it.
The worst prep.
Got to go see his show. He'll
Seriously.
tell you everything he knows.
And by the way, I understand there's new material about me, and I don't want
yeah.
you to do it now.
Okay.
Make me come see the show. But
I don't know if-
you've
yeah.
gotten away from taunting your mother, and you're taunting me.
Well, yeah, a little bit. I had some fun. This is a fun thing because I make fun of Mom for like emailing me and like that
Spamming
whole
you.
thing, and I thought I'd get my revenge on her. And I was a couple months. I was in San Francisco and I was walking around this park, and so I literally started taking pictures of everything because
To spam her
and
back.
I started sending her, and it completely backfired. She was like, "Send me more, tell me." Like she totally dug it. I was like,
Yeah.
"This isn't
This
what
is
you're-
what she likes.
Yeah.
Oh, what mother doesn't want to hear from her son and see a picture of what he just ate?
Yeah.
And all of that.
whatever." So, but no, I downloaded an app that was like a 6-pack in 6 weeks thing, and it was pretty good. It was 2 weeks in. It was like the hardest thing I've ever done. So I rewarded myself with ice cream, and I went to a Zumba class the other day.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
You did?
yeah. Well, it was just trying new things, getting out there.
You went to a Zumba class
Yeah.
like on your own?
Yeah.
What is a Zumba class? I don't actually know.
Show him your moves.
I don't know any moves. That's
It
why
is-
it was the awkwardest. I felt like I was like 3 months late for a Beyonce dance rehearsal. Like there's so much. I'm
Just at a
yeah.
beginner class.
Yeah, well, everyone else knows what's going on, and I'm just like I'm so behind on my hip thrust exercises. You know what I mean?
Yes,
But,
you are.
It's like a Latin kind
Hey.
of coordinated dance exercise. High energy,
Nah.
loud music, big sweat.
And it
basically-
is hip thrusting.
Yeah, there's a lot of like booty shaking, and it was great. You get to stare at the instructor's ass for like half hour.
That's what it's really about.
I would have
yeah.
joined a lot earlier.
What was his
if I knew.
name?
Oh, hey now.
There you go.
We're getting multiple text messages. They want to hear a little material about your dad. People
Oh,
who
really?
haven't seen you. I don't
Little
know if you
teaser.
dare, but
Well, all right,
No,
give
well,
a little up.
Well, like here's the thing is what's going on is I've been hanging out with Keith a lot, and Keith is my parents are sort of like pressuring Keith to start making babies, which is a weird. I think that's a weird thing to pressure.
Wait a
other
minute.
people.
He still thinks I'm pressuring him?
I think so.
Bob, Andrew's in the middle of his
Or I'm
set.
just making up stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't
All right.
matter.
He's
Heckler!
doing his set right now.
Well, no, because I backed
Sorry.
off.
Would it be
of-
hilarious if you're dead stuff in the middle?
Hey, I don't know.
That's not even
Yeah.
true.
I didn't even do that.
I should stand up at the club. But no, wait a minute, Keith. I pressured them right after they got married, but then I backed off and said, whatever, yeah.
Well,
There goes your
But
joke.
I do still
cares?
love it.
All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Thanks
I
for just
want them
ruining
to
the
have a
setup,
baby.
you know?
I want them to have a baby. Go.
sure.
Where you at again tonight? Make hear a joke.
The tin room.
You can hear the joke
You
not
can hear
interrupted.
jokes in
I do not.
I have a new CD on my website for free. My dad's not on it. Well, no, like, but that's a weird thing to like pressure other people. It's like, you know, you're like, look, we don't trust you. Make it while we're still alive. We'll take care of it. You know. But and I'm glad you're pressuring them. I don't think I want kids. The more I think about, like, as I just get older and I start to like reminisce or reflect on my childhood and think, like, it's not a fair process. Like, having kids, it doesn't seem like fun to know when. Like, you argue with your kid because like they want an iPhone, you know what I mean, and they hate you. It's like, you're 11, relax, you know what I mean. I saw some stuff on the internet I wasn't ready for yesterday. You don't need an email address, you know. But that's the whole spirit of the idea. Is what I was thinking about, is that, like, no matter what, you grow up to resent your parents for stupid things. Because I always used to hold against my dad. He never came to any of my Little League games. I was very upset about. And I approached you about it like last week because I hold on to things. And he got defensive immediately. He was like, whoa. I sat through a ton of crappy soccer matches. And I felt bad because he described it so accurately. I knew he was there, you know? Because if he'd been like, no, I was there when you scored that goal, I'd be like, that never happened.
Was not me.
I used to go, but you know what? To be fair, Lisa used to drag me to see that stuff, and I really hated it.
Yeah.
That is fair.
That is funny because I can imagine missing, a recital or something.
Oh, I hated all that.
I love it. Well,
Used to be like, you got to go watch your kids. I'm like, why? Really?
Yeah.
I saw you, Andrew, at Billy Gardell. And
Oh, yeah.
he killed, and I was worried for Andrew because
no.
I thought Andrew's going to open the show. This was a huge show, packed house, couple thousand people
Yeah.
there.
They put me in the sweet spot there.
Yeah, and that's what I was worried about because I expect Andrew to come out, and instead this East Coast comedian that tours with Billy comes out. Really funny guy. And I said, oh, man, he's going to have to follow this kind of trained killer. This guy has been at it for probably 20 years.
Yeah.
And then Andrew totally not only held his own, but got bigger laughs than that guy did as the middle spot on the. And my sister says she accidentally sees you all the time, and then you're just getting better and better.
That's
Like,
how most people see
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Most people don't come with it. If it says it on the marquee.
Yeah, she says I've seen Andrew and Richard Lewis and all the people she goes to see, and you're opening. And
That's
you're-
good. I mean, that was like one of the first shows I did those the jokes about my dad at too, which was kind of a fun. Because
And there's more about me, right?
Yeah,
that was
there's
just a
ton-
taste.
Well, that's.
I
just
hope
the
there's
beginning.
more about me. I
Well,
think you could do it.
it's
I've
not
probably
specifically-
screwed you up at least a half hour's worth of
Sure.
material.
Yeah, we got plenty to go.
right.
I mean, that's why I recorded this old album, so now we got to hang out more so I can write more about you. But I think the idea continues about, like, I'm very sympathetic now to parents, and like when I see them, or you used to judge them when they're like screaming at their kids in the supermarket, and you're like, yeah, they probably deserve it.
The kids
Like,
deserve that.
and I start to understand, like, almost the crazy polar, like, I start to understand how people end up in, like, a crazy cult, you know what I mean? Because it starts out innocent where you're just walking down the street with your daughter or whatever, like, don't cross the street, and then they just don't listen, and they just keep walking in the street. You're like, get back. You know what? Here's a leash just until you learn, you know?
And then all of a sudden that's part of a cult.
But-
People
but
think
yeah,
that's something
but then
wrong
it-
with
But
that.
then it gets worse every time. It's like, you know what? Don't go out in the sun without the sky. You know what? Just wear this robe. You'll be fine. You know what? Don't go outside. You know what? Date your brother. He's a nice guy. We trust him.
Then next thing you know, they're surrounding you in Texas.
Exactly. You're living on a compound.
Happens a little bit at a time.
Sure.
How are you? Life is good. Are you traveling around the country again?
Not
immediate.
I leave in like September, and I'll be gone for like 2.5 months, maybe. So I'm thinking about moving out of my apartment and then just finding a new place when
you
get
come back, because
I
you
don't know.
spend all that money for an apartment you don't ever go to.
Yeah,
for
well,
2.5
he gives
months.
me a discount if I'm not there, which is ridiculous. Like, I don't know.
You have a great landlord, though.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
He gives me $100 off my rent if I'm not there. And I
you're a
started
great-
arguing with him like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not really using it while I'm sleeping. Can I get a discount for that?
Yeah,
too?"
yeah.
It's a third off.
But you're a
right?
great
Yeah.
tenant because who wouldn't want a tenant who half the time isn't there using
Yeah.
electricity or anything?
Exactly. So if you've got a room available,
All right, when you come back.
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm. It's gonna be a crazy. Going to Indianapolis to North Carolina to Little Rock, Arkansas, Tulsa, Oklahoma.
What do you do when you're alone for 2.5 months? This is probably every
I
comedian.
want to go to the lake.
No. What do you do, really? Do you look up what the cool parks are in the town?
No, I don't. I should.
Do you sit in a room?
Just cry.
Show me your hand.
No, it's very. Yeah. All right. A lot of that.
He does far fewer self-pleasuring jokes than he used to, which
I've
are
written
something
some
like-
new
I
ones.
gotta
You wanna
catch
hear?
your, I gotta catch your new act.
I think Mark Maron put it best. He says, I had a tough decision to make the day after he did our show. It's like, do I sit around in my hotel room and do that 2 or 3 times, or I go see Jimi Hendrix's grave and live
Yeah,
a little?
I mean,
you know?
like-
you get out, you get out and do something.
There's a joke in my act that is like, it's like 90% of my day is spent trying to avoid masturbating. You know what I mean?
90% trying to avoid it.
Just because it's so you're not doing anything all day. But I've gotten better with that. I used to. If you guys want to talk about this, I mean, we're oversharing, but why
No,
stop
no,
now?
you go ahead.
know.
You go first, and the rest of us will say
All
something.
right, yeah, all right. Or my dad will just jump in the middle.
That's not what you do it.
I think I used to have like an issue or like a porn problem, I guess, and but it wasn't because I started when I was like 19 or 20, but it wasn't like a pleasuring thing. It was like I was a virgin until I was 21, so like I was trying to study for the exam for when that happened. You know what I mean?
I've never heard that joke.
Because I was
That's a good joke.
Yeah, well, 'cause
Is
I
that
was-
true or a good
yeah,
joke?
Yeah,
No,
it's
okay,
I was 21, and I used to feel bad about it. But the older I get, the more okay with it. Because it turns out when I was 16, all of my friends were liars. You know,
Right.
They weren't getting laid also. But it was like, you know, but it's a ridiculous thing to think that you can watch porn and learn from that, because those are professionals. Those guys are at the top of their game. You know, they're doing things that you can only aspire to do. One day. Like I've seen the movie Top Gun like 100 times. I still can't fly a jet or play volleyball. So
It's a shame about that.
yeah,
The volleyball.
the volleyball part.
Yeah.
Now this 19 or 20 business, you're kidding, right? You figured it out way before that.
What are you talking about? No, I was a
He's
loser.
21.
You're kidding.
I was not popular.
Even with
That's
yourself.
probably why I became a
Well, I
comedian.
mean,
How do you
wait a
like
minute,
me
wait a minute.
now?
That's
you
not
know?
what he's asking you.
Oh,
I'm
that
saying,
thing.
yeah.
Oh, that. Well,
I held out. Wait till
I was-
prom night. I told my
Yeah.
man. Wait till prom night.
We're about out of time.
yeah. We could have a further discussion off air, I guess.
I'm really happy for you. Life is
thanks.
going good. Everybody's telling me that you're doing great.
yeah, well,
And I don't go, like, I wait several months before I go see him because I like to see.
just because he doesn't care about me.
Congratulations
progress.
on your mom
Well,
saying
it's
that
like
you're
a
less
dumb-
awkward than
yeah.
you used to be, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
When did she say that?
Your dad just said
said
that your
she
mom
looked
said
more
that
like
you're
a
No, she
man.
said you're looking more like a
Oh, looking
confident
less
man.
awkward. I thought.
Yeah,
Because I
congrats
heard
on that.
Joe's review of the show from the Billy Gardell show. Andrew's got this awkward thing going on.
Oh
It was
yeah,
fun.
you do.
You do.
Yeah.
Almost.
I know.
In a, I think you've been working on it though. I mean, almost. In
It
an
comes pretty naturally. I
and
don't know if you've met
well,
my father.
It's kind of an almost. I mean, it's not an emo Phillips exactly, but it reminded me of that. That you have
Yeah.
a very distinct stage presence now in an emo Phillips kind of way that is very.
I tried to avoid it. I think when I first started, it was trying to talk about. I don't know, trying to not be who I was, but you know, the more you do
Eventually,
it, the
you're
yeah.
stuck with that.
Yeah,
Trust
but,
me.
Somebody wants to know, by the way, where's the website they can get the free?
AndrewJRivers.com. I just put out a new CD. It's like 45 minutes long, and you can download it for free. All I want is your email address and your zip code, and I'll let you know when I'm in a living room near you.
All right. Very good. And if you want Andrew for a living room,
Yeah, I got some avails in August.
make an offer. 9:25. Good to see you.
Thanks.
All right. Do you know what? Actually, going to see him do comedy is like going to a dumb soccer game now.
Yeah, yeah.
Go see my son do comedy.
The other parents.
Trust me, I don't want to go either.
All right. When we come back, what is left?
I went to your concert the other day too.
Which concert?
The one at the day concert at Snoqualmie.
Oh, you were there for my Heart by Heart.
Yeah, it was good.
What did you think?
I liked it. You got to be you got to work on you got to smile more when you're performing. You're in
Stage
the
presence,
zone.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
You
what
just
I'm
start-
doing is I'm still trying not to screw up.
Yeah.
I'm
See, he
studying
goes to
it
your
like
soccer
you studied.
Yeah.
You know what?
That was the first one I've been to in like 6 months.
You
so.
think he likes going to that? His mom drags him.
Did Mom drag you to my concert?
No, it was
perfect.
your birthday. That's the only reason.
That's it. All right, 9:26. When we come back, downtown.